I love my fur baby, but I don't love how much he costs. So I'm just going to spend less on him. Amazon has low prices on everything I need. Like these dental sticks because... Pet cameras for separation anxiety. My separation anxiety. He doesn't even know I'm gone. And a leash for...
This is an emergency alert system message. This is not a test. Repeat. This is not a test. The Australian Government, emergency services and authorities in Tasmania are issuing this emergency message regarding a rapidly spreading and extremely dangerous bushfire emergency affecting large areas of the Tasmanian coastline. A major bushfire has developed and is spreading rapidly under dangerous fire weather conditions. The fire is being driven by strong and shifting winds, extremely dry vegetation and rapidly changing conditions. Multiple fire fronts are moving across coastal and near coastal areas of Tasmania, with additional fires and spot fires being reported ahead of the main fire fronts. The situation is extremely dangerous. Residents and visitors in affected areas must take immediate action. The fire is currently spreading along sections of the Tasmanian coast and may change direction without warning. Strong winds are carrying burning embers well ahead of the main fire front. These embers may ignite vegetation, homes, sheds, vehicles and other structures several kilometers away from the main fire. Smoke from the fire is also spreading across populated areas. Smoke may significantly reduce visibility and may make breathing difficult, particularly for people with respiratory conditions. Emergency services are responding to the incident. However, the size and speed of the fire means that conditions may change faster than emergency crews can respond. The areas at risk include coastal and near-coastal communities across eastern, southeastern, southern and northern Tasmania. Communities including Hobart, Kingston, Lauderdale, Sorrel, Orford, Treebunna, Swansea, Bigeno, St Helens, Scamander, St Mary's, Bridport, Georgetown, Low Head, Beaconsfield, Beauty Point, Devonport, Ulverston, Penguin, Burnie, Somerset, Wynyard, Smithton, Stanley, Strahan, Queenstown, Zeehan, Strathgordon and surrounding areas may experience dangerous smoke, ember attack, road closures, evacuation orders or rapidly changing fire conditions as the emergency develops. This list does not mean that every location is currently under an evacuation order. Residents must monitor official warnings for their specific location and follow instructions from emergency services. If you are in an area under an emergency warning, leave immediately if you are able to do so safely. Do not wait for the fire to become visible. Do not wait until smoke surrounds your property. Do not wait until emergency services arrive at your door. Do not assume that because the fire is not currently near you, your location is safe. Bushfires can move extremely quickly, particularly when driven by strong winds. If authorities have directed you to evacuate, follow the evacuation instructions immediately. Take essential medications, identification, important documents, drinking water, a mobile phone and charger, and essential items for children, elderly people and animals if there is enough time to do so safely. Close all windows and doors before leaving. If you have time, turn off gas and electricity if it is safe to do so. Do not return to your property after leaving. Do not travel towards the fire to see what is happening. Road conditions may deteriorate rapidly as the fire spreads. Roads may be closed without warning because of fire, smoke, fallen trees, power lines, emergency vehicles or dangerous driving conditions. If you are already traveling through an affected area, follow directions from police and emergency services. Never drive through flames or heavy smoke. Never attempt to cross a road covered by fire. If you become trapped by a bushfire while traveling, remain calm and follow emergency instructions. If it is possible to safely turn around and leave the area, do so immediately. Do not continue towards the fire front. The fire is producing dangerous amounts of smoke. Smoke may travel considerable distances from the fire and may remain over communities, even when flames are not nearby. If you are indoors and smoke is affecting your area, close windows and doors and limit exposure to outdoor air where possible. People with breathing difficulties should take extra precautions and follow medical advice. Schools, hospitals, aged care facilities, transport services and other essential facilities may be affected by the emergency. Parents and carers should follow instructions issued by schools and emergency authorities. Do not travel to collect children if authorities have instructed you not to enter an affected area. Emergency services may establish evacuation centers as the situation develops. If an evacuation center is established, follow instructions from emergency personnel and bring essential supplies where possible. If you have pets or livestock, move them to a safe location early if it can be done safely. Do not release animals onto roads. Do not leave animals behind if evacuation can be completed safely. The fire may produce extremely dangerous ember attack. Embers can enter properties through small openings and can ignite buildings, even when the main fire front is several kilometers away. If authorities have instructed you to leave, leave early. If you have not been instructed to evacuate and are choosing to remain at your property, you must continuously monitor official warnings and be prepared to leave immediately if conditions deteriorate. Do not rely on social media rumors or unofficial reports. Official emergency information may be updated rapidly as the fire changes direction. Tasmania's emergency warning system uses advice, watch and act, and emergency warning levels. An emergency warning is the highest warning level and means people may be in danger and need to take action immediately. TAS Alert is the Tasmanian government's official source for emergency warnings and information, including bushfire warnings. Tasmania Fire Service also directs the public to TAS Alert for current fire warnings. Continue monitoring TAS Alert, Tasmania Fire Service, emergency broadcasters and official emergency services for updates. If you lose access to mobile phone or internet services, tune to local radio where available. Do not assume that a temporary reduction in wind or smoke means the danger has passed. Fire behavior can change suddenly. The wind may shift direction. New fire fronts may develop. Spot fires may ignite ahead of the main fire. Roads may become inaccessible. Emergency services may issue new evacuation orders with little warning. If you see fire and believe lives or property are immediately threatened, contact 000 000 when it is safe to do so. Emergency crews are working to contain the fire and protect communities. Firefighters, police, ambulance crews, emergency management personnel and other responders are being deployed throughout affected areas. Their ability to respond may be restricted by dangerous fire conditions, smoke, blocked roads and the rapidly changing fire perimeter. Residents are asked not to interfere with emergency operations. Keep roads clear for emergency vehicles. Do not enter closed roads or evacuation zones. Do not fly drones near bushfires, as drones can interfere with aircraft being used by emergency services. The fire situation remains extremely dangerous. The fire is continuing to spread rapidly across parts of the Tasmanian coast. Further communities may be affected as the fire moves. Conditions may worsen rapidly during periods of strong wind. Residents should prepare now. Know where you will go if you are ordered to evacuate. Know multiple routes away from your area. Keep your vehicle fueled. Keep your mobile phone charged. Have essential medications and important documents ready. Make arrangements for pets and animals. Check on vulnerable family members, neighbors and friends if it is safe to do so. Most importantly, do not wait until the last possible moment to leave. Leaving early is recommended as the safest option for people who are not prepared and equipped to actively defend a property. This emergency situation is continuing to develop. Further warnings may be issued. Evacuation areas may expand. Road closures may increase. Fire conditions may become more dangerous. Stay alert. Stay informed. Follow instructions from emergency services. If you are told to evacuate, evacuate immediately. If you are in immediate danger, call 000 000. This is an emergency alert system message. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. A severe and rapidly spreading bushfire is threatening parts of the Tasmanian coast. Residents in affected areas must monitor official emergency warnings and be prepared to evacuate immediately. Do not wait for the fire to reach your community. Do not wait for an evacuation order if you can already see that your location is becoming unsafe. Leave early if it is safe to do so. Follow directions from emergency services. Stay away from fire-affected areas. Further information will be broadcast as it becomes available. This message will now repeat. This is an emergency alert system message. This is not a test.
This is an emergency alert system message. This is not a test. Repeat. This is not a test. The following emergency message has been issued regarding a dangerous bushfire emergency affecting parts of Victoria. A fast-moving bushfire is burning across multiple areas of Victoria and is being driven by hot, dry and windy conditions. The fire has intensified rapidly during the past several hours and is producing a large amount of smoke, embers and radiant heat. Fire behavior is changing quickly. The fire front is moving through forest, grassland and scrub, with burning embers being carried ahead of the main fire. New fires may start well in front of the main fire without warning. Communities in and around the affected fire zones are at risk. Areas including Melbourne's outer eastern and northern suburbs, the Yarra Ranges, Gippsland, the Central Highlands and parts of northeastern Victoria may experience dangerous fire conditions, heavy smoke, falling debris, road closures and rapidly changing evacuation requirements. Residents in affected areas must monitor official warnings and follow instructions from emergency services. Under Victoria's Australian warning system, an emergency warning means you may be in imminent danger and need to take action immediately. A watch and act warning means an emergency is developing nearby and you need to take action to protect yourself and others. If you have received an instruction to evacuate, leave immediately. Do not wait until the fire is visible from your property. Do not wait for smoke to become thick. Do not wait for emergency services to arrive. Leave while roads are still open and conditions are still safe. The fire may spread faster than expected. Strong winds can push flames across open ground at extreme speed. Burning embers can travel considerable distances and may ignite roofs, gardens, sheds, fences, vehicles and buildings before the main fire front arrives. If you are preparing to leave, take your mobile phone, charger, medications, identification, important documents, water and essential items for children, elderly people and pets. Close all doors and windows before leaving if there is enough time to do so safely. If possible, turn off gas and electricity before leaving, but do not delay evacuation to do this. Take pets with you. Do not return to an evacuation area to collect belongings. Road conditions may change without warning. Trees and power lines may fall across roads. Smoke may reduce visibility to dangerous levels. Police may close roads and establish emergency traffic routes. Follow directions from police, firefighters and emergency personnel. Do not drive through flames. Do not drive into heavy smoke. Do not enter roads that have been closed. If you are already traveling through an affected area, move away from the fire zone as quickly and safely as possible. The fire is producing large quantities of smoke. Smoke may travel far beyond the active fire area and may affect towns and cities that are not immediately threatened by flames. If smoke is affecting your area and authorities have not ordered evacuation, remain indoors where possible. Close windows and doors and reduce exposure to outdoor air. Visibility may deteriorate suddenly. Drivers should slow down and use headlights where appropriate. Do not stop in the middle of a roadway to observe the fire. Do not park on roads needed by emergency services. Firefighters and emergency crews require unrestricted access to affected communities. The emergency is continuing to develop. Fire crews are working to contain the fire and protect communities, homes, critical infrastructure and evacuation routes. Aircraft may be operating over the fire ground. Do not operate drones near the fire. A drone can interfere with firefighting aircraft and may force aircraft to stop operations at a critical moment. Emergency services may issue new warnings as the fire changes direction or additional fire fronts develop. Monitor Vic Emergency and other official emergency broadcasters for the latest information. Vic Emergency provides centralized emergency warnings and incident information for Victoria, including bushfire warnings. Do not rely on rumors, old social media posts or unofficial reports. A warning can change quickly. An area that is currently safe may become dangerous within minutes. An area that was previously under watch and act may be upgraded to emergency warning. If your warning level changes, follow the new instructions immediately. If you are unable to evacuate and fire is approaching, move inside a sturdy building if it is safer than remaining outside. Close all windows and doors. Stay away from windows. Move to a room with fewer external openings if possible. Keep monitoring emergency broadcasts. Do not shelter in a vehicle unless there is no safer alternative. Do not shelter in a dam, pool or other body of water. Do not attempt to outrun a fire on foot. If you become trapped, call 000 000 when it is safe to do so. Tell the operator your exact location and provide information about the surrounding conditions. Emergency services may be dealing with many simultaneous calls, so remain on the line and follow instructions. Residents in high-risk bushfire areas should check on neighbors if it is safe to do so. Make sure vulnerable people are aware of the warning. Do not put yourself in danger while attempting to help another person. The fire may continue to generate dangerous conditions even after the main fire front is passed. Falling trees, power lines, unstable structures, hot ash and hidden fire can remain dangerous. Do not return until authorities confirm that it is safe. Roads may remain closed after the flames have moved through an area. Power and telecommunications services may be disrupted. Emergency services may establish evacuation centers or relief locations as required. If an evacuation center is announced, follow official directions and take essential supplies with you. Victoria's emergency warning system uses 3 levels for bushfires: advice, watch and act, and emergency warning. These warnings communicate the level of danger and the action people should take. This is a rapidly developing emergency. The fire is not under control in all affected areas. Weather conditions may cause the fire to accelerate, change direction or develop additional fire fronts. Residents must remain alert. If you are told to evacuate, evacuate immediately. If you are preparing to leave, do not delay. If you are in a safe location, remain there and continue monitoring official information. Keep emergency routes clear. Keep away from fire grounds. Do not enter evacuation zones unless authorized. Do not interfere with emergency operations. The safety of residents, firefighters and emergency personnel remains the priority. This is an emergency alert system message. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. A severe bushfire is spreading rapidly across parts of Victoria. Dangerous fire behavior, smoke, ember attack and rapidly changing conditions are expected. Residents in affected areas must monitor official warnings and follow instructions from emergency services. If you are ordered to evacuate, evacuate immediately. Do not wait for the fire to reach your property. Leave early while it is safe to do so. Further emergency information will be broadcast as it becomes available. This message will now repeat. This is an emergency alert system message. This is not a test.